Okay, well, here we are again. We now have a fully built up wing and we have a partially built up fuselage. The next stage of the build to allow us to finish off our fuselage is to actually attach the wing itself. Now this is a fairly simple task initially. If you were observant in building the aircraft initially, and if I skip back to step 6, in that step you hopefully noticed that there is an area where you're not supposed to glue when you're bringing those two halves together. So if you haven't glued that, then great. This process is going to be pretty easy. If you didn't notice that and you've actually well and truly welded the two parts together, then not a problem. All you've got to do is take your fuselage, grab your knife, and what you need to do is just part the two parts of the fuselage about 1 centimetre deep, and you need to part it from around just before or just in front of where the aileron servo sits, and you need to take it on through all the way down to about 1 centimetre from where the leading edge of the wing is going to sit. Once you've done that, you've freed up the fuselage there. You have enough space to then allow the wing brace, which sticks up at the centre part of the wing. You've got enough room to make sure that slots in. Excuse me. So the process is very easy. All you do is you slide the wing into the slot on the front there, and then what you do, make sure that the brace itself is going into the slot that's provided. And then just start pushing it down. The other process that happens while you're attaching the wing is that the aileron control rods slip into the aileron control horn on the servo. You may need to give them a helping hand just to make sure they go into their slots. And then you can push the wing home firm. So there we go, the wing's in place. The checks that we need to do before we actually permanently fix the wing in place is the ailerons. Obviously the control horns, the control rods of the aileron have gone into the control horns, and we need to make sure that the ailerons are sitting where they're supposed to, either flat with the wing or with a slight, very slight uplift, which emulates a washout really in a profiled wing. And what I like to have is it sitting pretty neutral, so they're very flat. And the way I can adjust it is by shifting the wing ever so slightly forward or backward where it's seated. As luck would have it, where it's positioned now is exactly where I want it. So the next task that I have to perform is to complete the fuselage over the bottom part of the wing, and by using the parts that are provided in Depron, and what I've got to do is glue these in place, so you can watch me do that whilst I get on with the job. I'll let the Yoo-hoo pour dry out now so that it becomes a good contact adhesive. So when I stick the underside parts on, it'll all come together very quickly. Great stuff. Glue is dry, and I can get on and put the lower part of the fuselage on. there we go. You notice how the contact adhesive really allows me to put this all into position and it stays. And you don't get any slippage with glue that hasn't set yet. Really works very, very well for applications like this.